Hey y'all, how y'all doing? How y'all feeling? I hope all is well with you. So today we're coming with another story time. But before we get into it, know that all things are alleged. All things are alleged. Did I say that right? I don't remember. All things are alleged in my opinions for entertainment commentary purposes only. Um yeah, we're doing commentary on some story times. Um, Also hit that like button, subscribe to this channel. Easy, free way to support this channel. But without further ado, we are going to get into this story time. Let me add it to the screen. Um, this is that viral story of the ladies who were um kidnapped, or they attempted to kidnap them on their vacation. So let's get into it.
The fact that I'm laying right here, right now in my bed is so surreal to me. You know why? Because I survived a kidnap attempt with my friends in Cartagena, Colombia. Excuse my lashes, y'all. I keep crying. Like, this is something that is so traumatizing to me. And I just decided to share my story because I know so many people who travel and you never would think that it would be you. This is going to be a simplified version. I already told the full story on my Instagram, but I just wanted to share it on TikTok as well. So this should just be a shorter version. So me and my friends met up with a mutual friend that just so happened to be in Colombia. We decided to do a party bus tour. Once the party bus was over, they did leave with their private driver because they had a meal to go eat with their private chef. And we was just like, okay, well, we're gonna go grab some food because the food at our resort was nasty. So we end up going to Casa Palenque. Now, this is not like a random area. Tourists go here all the time. When I tell y'all, it's kind of like, I want to say like a Bourbon Street. I don't know if y'all ever been to New Orleans, but it's basically like a strip. Like, it's a lot of people out there. There's vendors. Like, it was a public place. So we ate. I had me a little hookah. My phone did get stolen, so I'm gonna include as much pictures as I can, but I really don't have anything to show y'all. So once it was time to go,
Oh,
there's taxis like all over the place. Like,
I feel so bad for her because you can hear her voice still breaking. Like, I mean, she said it, but seeing it in real time where she's like reliving this. And so it's hard for her to even get some of the words out without her voice cracking. Poor baby. This had to have been traumatizing. And it's like with all that's going on with the planes as well, that I feel like usually is in the forefront of people's minds. And then you make it on vacation. You're supposed to be having fun and, relaxing, kicking your feet up on somebody's beach. You know what I'm saying? Only for this to happen. Like, that's crazy. It's unfortunate, but that sucks. Let's get into it.
like, to take you home. If you go to Cartagena, Colombia, do not trust the yellow taxis whatsoever. The first taxi we went to was trying to charge us $50, and we was like, no, we don't want the $50. After that, we went with the second taxi, and it's crazy because he charged us $50 too. But we was just like, at that point, it was like, okay, honestly, if we keep trying, they're all gonna charge us $50. We just wanted to get home. Our Airbnb, not our Airbnb, our hotel was about 30 minutes from where we were at in the city. So we was just like, okay, forget it. We're gonna go ahead and take it. So we
And that's like a given too. Once they find out you're from the US, they're going to upcharge everything. Whether it's they see your passport, they hear you speaking English, they can tell the tourists 9 times out of 10 from the locals. So they're always going to try to take advantage of the tourists. And I feel like they especially try to take advantage of you if they know you're from the States. Like that puts a bigger target on your back.
we told him where we were going, and he said, okay. He never put in his GPS. We just took that as this is his city. I know my way around my city without a GPS, so that's why we didn't think anything of it. Come back for part two. The fact that I'm laying right here. Okay, here's part two on surviving my kidnap attempt in Cartagena, Colombia. So people told us that the Ubers was illegal. That is the only reason we were taking taxi. How we knew that Ubers weren't illegal, we would not have took a taxi. We just thought that it made sense to take, what was legal. We weren't trying to get in trouble in a foreign country. So I'm not going to go into deep
Facts.
details as far as the red flags. I'm just going to give y'all all the red flags that we seen, which led up to the event, and then I'm going to tell y'all the event. First red flag: he did not use the GPS. We assumed that he knew where he was going because this was his city. We told him where we needed to go, but we did put in our GPS the hotel resort so that we could track it. We did that anytime we got in a car with anybody because that, I don't know, that's just how I am. Even if I take Uber back home here where I'm from. Number two, he
Before she goes on to number two, I don't blame them. A lot of times that's how my mind would be too. Like, oh, they know this area, so they don't necessarily need a GPS. Um, and also what they do is smart, which is something I also do, is even though I trust the driver, taxi or Uber driver to bring me to my destination, I still have it in mind because once you start making some funny turns, I'm gonna look at you like, excuse me, you were supposed to take that right back there. You know what I'm saying? You were supposed to take that left over there. Like, where you going? Where you going? So I've done that before. When I was in the city, I was in New York City, and I was going someplace with my cousin, and it was a shop. It was like a bridal shop. So we were going there to get her dress, or find her a dress for her wedding. And when we were going, I put it in the GPS. So as the driver is going, my mind, I'm more so thinking like, they be trying to get over on you, so they'll loop the block a few times, start going all these other ways, because especially in a taxi cab, it's metered. So I'm like, I know they be trying to get over on people. So if I don't know where something is, especially, then I throw the GPS on as well, because we both about to know how long it's gonna take us and where to go. Because you ain't about to play on my top, okay? All right, let's keep going.
he kept looking back at me. My friend sat in the passenger side. I
Mm.
sat behind her, and my other friend sat in the seat behind him. He kept looking back the whole ride. I didn't know. I'm not gonna lie. Colombians, they were flirtatious, very flirtatious. So I didn't know what he was on, but I didn't say anything to him. He did not talk the entire time. Let's start there. He didn't say a word. He kept taking wrong turns. My friend had to tell him, like, hey, no, you're supposed to keep straight, because he kept trying to take a left. Oh, no, make a right. Like, our time went up from 23 minutes. We were 23 minutes away from our hotel. It went up to like 25. And then it started going down from there. My friend who was in the front seat, of course, she could see more what's going on in the front. She said that when he was supposed to make a U-turn, which you would have to be in the left-hand lane, he tried to get in the right, and she told him, like, hey, no, you need to get in the left lane. Another thing, anytime you go to foreign countries, when you're in the car with them, they drive hella fast. Like, they have bad road rage. This man was driving slow. It took like a 23-minute ride. It took us about 35 minutes to get there. So now to the attempt.
You
We
know
literally
what?
were
Wait, wait,
5 minutes
wait.
away.
So, you know what that tells me? In my opinion, they were out late, right? So he probably thought they was all drunk. And he's probably trying to buy time for them to pass out, because I did see one of the other friends' stories from her perspective, which I probably do both. It's her friend, one of the other friends that was in the car. I'll probably do her story as well, so you can hear different perspectives of it. This is the first time I'm hearing this perspective, and the friend that I did hear the perspective of, she fell asleep. So he was probably like, oh, they all about to pass out. Let me just buy time and keep riding around. Child.
From our hotel, y'all. This man drove us 30 minutes. We were 5 minutes away from our hotel out of nowhere. Mind y'all, this was a stick shift car. I did mention when we first got in the car, I was like, y'all, I wish I knew how to drive a stick shift. Not knowing that we would actually have to attempt to try to drive a stick shift. He changed the gear and immediately grabbed behind him, reached my phone and reached my friend's phone in the passenger seat. My other friend who was sitting behind him, she was sleeping. So I'm assuming that's why he didn't try to grab her phone as well. Regardless, he has two hands. So, even if he did try, it wouldn't have worked. Immediately after, instincts kicked in. I attacked him. She attacked him. Okay,
That's
here's
right.
part 2 on surviving. Here's part 3, story time of me and my friends surviving a kidnapped attempt in Cartagena, Colombia. So in the process of me attacking him, I'm screaming to my other friend. I'm like, wake up, he's trying to kidnap us. So she starts attacking him too. So it's 3 of us attacking him from different directions. I feel like he did not expect this to happen at all. Like, he did not expect us to put up a fight like that, y'all. We were going in on him. So at this point, he's trapped in the corner, the driver's side of the car. So he jumps out the car. So at this point, since he can't have all three of us, he's at least trying to take one of us. So he comes to the back side of the car. He tries to drag my friend out the car. I told them, I said, y'all, we need to stay together. We're either all going to be in this car or we're all going to get out this car. So he keeps trying to drag her out the car. I'm pulling her back in. He tries that for a good 5 minutes. He couldn't get her out. After that, he comes to my side. Y'all, I got the most damage. Like, he kept hitting me the most. I don't know if it's because I was attacking him the most or what, but y'all, he kicked me in my chest. Y'all, he had steel toe boots on. He kicked me and my friend in the chest, actually, but he kicked me in my chest. He dragged me out the car with my wig. My friend pulling me in. She pulled me in, so that pulled him back in. When he got in, he's like hitting me. He's hitting me in my chest, y'all. So at this point, I'm just literally trying anything just to get out of this situation. Y'all, like, bit him. Not only did I grab his balls, I twisted them, and I just kept twisting and twisting and twisting. And eventually he just backed up off of me. So then he tried my last friend. She must have went in on him so bad, y'all. Her nails, her raw meat is showing. I have the picture of that, so I'm gonna put that in here. Her raw meat is showing on her nails, like, y'all. So eventually he gave up on that and he went back to the front. But once all these attacks did not work, y'all, eventually he tried to get back in the car. My friend is in the front. Oh, when he tried to attack me, my friend's in the front trying to try to drive the car. We were trying to, get out at least out of the situation. And once he realized that worked, he got back in the car, and we were trying to lock the car. We did not. We don't know how to work a foreign car, and I feel so helpless in this situation. And y'all, we are on a pitch black road, no street lights, nothing. So he was trying to like drive again. We started attacking him again. You're not going nowhere with us, sir. So eventually he got back and he drugged me out the car. Y'all, ripped my whole wig off of me. My knee is scraped up. So then my friends hopped out the car. We all hopped out the car. So all of our phones are in the car at this point. We're gonna pitch black road. So my friend is like still trying to get our phones. And she was like hanging on the door as he was driving. He kept trying to brake check. She was trying to get our phones so bad because we did not know where we were going to go. Like, we're in the middle of nowhere in a foreign country. We were terrified after he just took our phones, attacked us. So once that did not work, he ended up driving off. I don't want to make this part too long, so come back to part 4. I'm trying to make that the last part. Here's part 3. Part 4 of how me and my friends survived a kidnap attempt in Cartagena, Colombia. So immediately, y'all, I'm a mom. My instincts just automatically click in. I'm like, y'all, I understand y'all want y'all phones, but we have to go. He may have somebody waiting to come get us. You don't know who he has with him, accomplices or what. So I'm like, y'all, we got to run. So we just started running, y'all. We just kept running. All of a sudden, somebody on a motorcycle came. I was like, y'all, no, don't talk to him. Like, we just kept going. And I realized it was a security guard. He was trying to help us. Right to that point, y'all, we have no shoes. We have no phones. My wig is off my head. Like, we just have nothing. We realized it was like a security station. They helped us. At first, we were not trusting of them. We did not want to. It was a language barrier, so we could not communicate with them. They were trying to communicate with us through Google Translate. I didn't know if they were in on it, so I did not want to communicate with them. But eventually, we realized I just was praying the entire time. Honestly, when we were running the entire time, I was praying. I was like, God, just thank you, Lord. God, just give me discernment. Lord, give us guidance. Like, I was just like, God, just please let us make it back home to our families. Like, we were all on the same port that if we made it back to that hotel, we were leaving on the first flight out back to Houston. So yeah,
that has to be extremely scary. That has to be extremely scary because, like she said, there's a language barrier. So not only are you out the country, someone attempts to kidnap you, you don't know who else is in on it. You don't know whether, the people acting like they're here to help you and save the day is who he was bringing you to begin with. So it's just like, that again has to be super, super scary. Like, the way I know their adrenaline was rushing, and just like, being in that situation, trying to get help, but not trusting anybody. Like, you're literally caught between a rock and a hard place because you're trying to get help. You're trying to escape this person who's trying to kidnap you, but you don't know who else is in on it. You don't know whether this is a game they play, like a local game type of thing where they're like, yeah, we're going to kidnap an American or we're going to kidnap a tourist. It doesn't even necessarily have to be an American, but it's just like, we're going to kidnap somebody. And sometimes they be all in on it. Like they say, um, when it comes to human trafficking, they said sometimes at the hotels, even here in America, the hotels be in on it. The people who work there, I should say, they'll give them keys to people's rooms. They have little trap doors. That's why they tell you be careful, set up booby traps, set up all types of stuff so that if someone's been in your room or if there's like a trap door, because that stuff is real. Ah, man, I feel so bad for her. For them, I should say.
Part 4 of how me
Let
and
me get
my
it back.
friends survived. Oh no, don't talk to him. Like we just kept going, and I realized it was a security guard. He was trying to help us. Right to that point, y'all, we have no shoes, we have no phones. My wig is off my head. Like we just have nothing. We realized it was like a security station. They helped us. At first, we were not trusting of them. We did not want to. It was a language barrier, so we could not communicate with them. They were trying to communicate with us through Google Translate. I didn't know if they were in on it, so I did not want to communicate with them. But eventually, we realized I just was praying the entire time. Honestly, when we were running the entire time, I was praying. I was like, God, just thank you, Lord. God, just give me discernment, Lord. Give us guidance. Like, I was just like, God, just please let us make it back home to our families. Like, we were all on the same court that if we made it back to that hotel, we were leaving on the first flight out back to Houston. So yeah, eventually, the security people, they got in contact with our hotel and they were able to send a car to come get us. When the car came, it was untagged, y'all. I was not playing with them. He was like, no, y'all, come on, let's get in the car, whatever. And I was like, no, if y'all security guards are not getting in this car with us, we're not going. We will walk back to this hotel because we knew how to get there. It was just a dark, pitch black road, like nothing but trees, woods, like we're scared. The security guard was like, yeah, we'll come. He tried to get in the front. I said, no, you're getting in this back seat, mister. Y'all, we made him right between us. I made my friend get in the front seat. We had our windows down in the back seat in case we needed to jump out that car, but we made it back to the hotel safe, y'all, immediately. We just like broke down. We were hugging each other. Like, we could not sleep. This is just like such a traumatizing experience. Everybody keep telling us, like, we need to contact the police, the embassy, and everything. Everybody just, it was a lot. The police came. They eventually went to go check the scene out, and one of my friends, her phone was left inside the car because he did not take her phone. She was sleeping. So we had her updated location. Even still to right now, we can see her updated location because her phone isn't dead. Y'all, they went there. They showed us a random man. They said it was 3 taxis in that apartment complex. They showed us a random man driver. It wasn't him, but they never showed us 2 other drivers. So honestly, I feel like the police was in on it. They tried to actually get us to leave with the police. They said we have to go with him to go with them to identify the man, and we refused. I told them we're not going anywhere. Like, if I go anywhere, it's going to be me leaving here to go to the airport to go home. And I'm so glad I didn't, because they could have been in on it. Like, they didn't show us the guy. Y'all showed us one person, but y'all said it was 3 taxis there. Weird.
See, that's another thing. On top of the fact that you don't know who all's in on it, you also have to think of the loyalty game. Even though they may not be in on it, they're going to look out for their people before they look out for a stranger or a foreigner, or you know what I'm saying? So hearing that the police were kind of playing games, like she said, where's the other 2 people that you said were in there at the hotel or whatever the case may be? Where they at? Where's their picture? So yeah, that's fugazi. They knew what they were doing. I think they were well aware of who it was, and I'm pretty sure that person has done it on multiple occasions. Probably just got away with it because, again, he probably wasn't expecting them to fight back. But one thing about a Black woman, especially, baby, we gonna come with them hands. We're not going out without a fight, okay? You gonna get at least a fight. Now you might win. I ain't guaranteeing, but the way our willpower be working, 9 times out of 10, you ain't gonna win. Cause we don't be playing, okay? We be scrapping out here in these streets. When, especially when, like she said, she kind of her motherhood kind of tapped in, and she's like, I gotta get home to my baby. That mother instinct, that motherly, oh no. At that point, that dude was over. OV over. Like, there's nothing she would have not done to try to get out of there. I think naturally your instinct is to fight anyways. But then you factor in, like, I got babies to take care of. I got a baby to get to. Oh, forget about it. That dude was, oh, it was done for. It was done for. Like, whew. But it's just disheartening to know that the system, the justice system that's supposed to look out for the benefit of people, whether you're from there or not, really don't do that. But let's carry on.
Part four of how me and my friends. So this is the last part of how me and my friends survived the kidnapping attempt in Cartagena, Colombia. So y'all, honestly, with this situation, when I told the story on Instagram, I thought I was good. I thought I was over it. A couple hours that went by. It was about 12 hours later. I thought it was fine. Mind y'all, we literally had only been in Colombia for 24 hours at this point. We arrived in Colombia at 10:30 p.m. on Monday. This happened Tuesday at 1:38 in the morning. We were literally texting each other in the ride the entire time, which is crazy because we were literally.
So let me read the text messages. It says, make sure to GPS. I'm assuming that's, it's supposed to say, make sure your GPS is still on. And who is it? Maya responded, C. So then Lex said, yeah, that's what I was telling her. We was getting further. She said, I don't know what's up with him, but if it didn't get, it's mad small, but if it didn't get up and push the GPS, he would have kept going knowing it was a U-turn. Oh, sorry. It says, I don't know what's up with him, but it says it, but it's supposed to say I was wondering why that didn't make sense. But if I didn't get up and push the GPS, he would have kept going knowing it was a U-turn. He keep looking back like he creeping me out. I literally seen him get out the correct lane. I got up and now he acting right. Then he was behind that bus dry going slow. I don't know. We almost there. If he tries something, we can steal the car. Not y'all plotting on stealing a car, child. But let's keep on going.
He had just joked about, like, I told her, I said, he acting weird. If he tries something, we're going to take his car. Not knowing that a minute later, y'all, he would snatch our phones and we could have been sex trafficked, y'all. He literally.
Let's see. So then someone laughed, said facts. God, we ain't depend on this 304 Maya. She back here snoring. LMAO. Once I seen her sleep, I was like, I gotta stay up for real. A effing roach on the dash. Ew, that's disgusting. Lord, get me to my telly now. I know that's right. That's disgusting.
We had 3 motorcycles waiting down the road, but because we had passed them up and beat him up to that point, they didn't come to that point because we were so close to where the security was. They did not want us to get caught. I just want to tell anybody who decides to go to Cartagena, Colombia, if you ever decide, get a private driver. Honestly, I wouldn't even trust the street food. Get you a private chef. Like, do not trust the yellow taxis. Do not go anywhere by yourself. Keep the communication with those people to a bare minimum because they scam. Even when we bought stuff off the street, y'all, they kept trying to scam us and overcharge us. This man tried to sell my friend some gas, some Zaza. He wanted $50 for 3.5 or 3.5. Do you think we're agreeing? Mind you, nobody out there was smoking. That was skeptical. He told me, "I got that sticky icky." No, you kept your sticky and your icky because nobody wants that. My biggest fear was going out here and getting like a stomach bug. I didn't got kidnapped. That was the least of my worries. Like,
Right.
this is just such a traumatizing experience. One minute I'm crying, the next minute I'm happy because I'm like, dang, I really made it back home. I just keep thinking about how so many people do not make it back home.
Facts.
And nobody understands how I feel in this situation except my two friends who were there with me. It's so many emotions, y'all. I'm paranoid. Like, when I got off the plane, I'm checking over my shoulder. Like, I know I'm gonna have to go to therapy for this situation because it's so traumatizing. Like, I'm sorry, y'all. My voice is going in and out because I keep crying. Like, this is just such a devastating experience, and it makes me want to set out on traveling. We literally had another trip booked for May. This literally makes me want to set out on traveling. We've said forget the trip, forget the money we spent. Y'all, we spent so much money on this trip. It's just not even worth it. Be safe, watch your surroundings, and if you don't know how to defend yourself, please have self-defense, because if it wasn't for us self-defending ourselves, that man probably would have been able to get us. He was not expecting that at all. Like, he just kept looking at us like he was in shock. We fought back for our lives, and I will do it again if I have to. If I had a weapon, I would have defended myself if I had to. Please just be cautious, y'all, as a young female, like, anywhere, because men do not have the same experience in these foreign countries that we have. So this is the last part of how me and my friends about the kidnapping.
That is insane, y'all. Oh my gosh. Ooh. She ain't lying though when she say like be careful. Oh, this is I think the police. The other friend did say she had her iPad. Hold on, let me play this. Hold on. All right, it says we tracked my friend's phone because he didn't know it was in the car since she was asleep initially. The police are on FaceTime with the hotel security looking for the man, aka didn't do anything and acting confused.
I'm just not waking up, and I'm seeing all these outlets are posting us, and everybody have their opinions, but I just want to clear up a few things. For one, we were not drunk. For some reason, we just had no desire to have a drink, which is so crazy because we literally drink on vacation, but we did not drink when we were in the city. So we had not one lick of alcohol. Like, literally, we literally ate at that restaurant. It had water. The most I had was the hookah, but what is a hookah? For two, we never got our phones back. My phone location still says that it's in Colombia. We
That's
all ordered new
crazy.
phones. We were on our iPads. That's how we were able to get in contact with our parents. I never bring my iPad. For some reason, I brought my iPad with me, but yes, that's another thing. Three, it may seem crazy how he waited till 5 minutes till we got to the hotel. It's crazy to us too. We literally was saying the same thing. Why did he wait till we got so close to the hotel? I don't know. That was nothing but God. In my mind, this is what I said. I feel like he was just trying to figure out how he was going to do it because it was three of us. I don't feel like this was planned. Everybody keeps saying his buddies would have came. This was not planned. He literally was driving up, and we was like, "Hey, how much for the ride or whatever?" Like, he wasn't like sitting parked plotting. Like, he was like passing us up, and we were walking, and we was like, "Hey, are you accepting, like rides right now?" And he said yes. He asked us where we were going. He asked us where we were going. We told him, and he said 50, and we said okay. We got in the car. So he didn't have time to contact any accomplices. He was not on his phone the entire time. He picked his phone up one time. He looked at something and then he put his phone back down. So he did not have time to communicate with anybody. Y'all keep saying we wouldn't have got away. No, baby, we would have got away because God is always on my side. The entire time this was going on, I was praying, I was screaming, I was repenting. So yes, it may seem surreal, it may seem fake, but nothing about it is fake. At the end of the day, a lot of y'all don't believe in God. That's why y'all think it's fake. No, baby, it's real. It's real. Nothing about it is fake. Nothing. Another thing people were saying, we probably was aggressive towards him. What's crazy is we did not have a conversation. I couldn't even tell you what his voice sounded like. We had no conversation with him. We did not go off on him. Y'all, we was chilling. Like we were just ready to get back home to the hotel. Like we were just tired. At the end of the day, it's always gonna be some weirdos saying they don't believe us. This is why people never come out. But at the end of the day, I'm used to attention. I already have a large following. So I'm used to people having negative shit to say. At the end of the day, this is real. This really happened to us. Y'all have a blessed day. I hope this never happens to y'all family since y'all just don't believe us. And I'm about to go have some retail therapy. I am not reading the comments no more because that shit will drive you crazy.
Yeah, I'm glad she's turning off the comments, or like she's not paying attention to the comment section. That's one thing I've found when I watch the story times, is there's always a story time done to address some of the comments, right? Sometimes it's legitimate questions to try to understand the timeline of what happened. And then there's always when they start addressing the idiots, in my opinion, that just have something to say, oh, you lying, or well, how come, and well, why this and why that, and trying to tell people what to do in the story times, telling them they're bad at telling stories. Like, I don't know what Storytime University there is to sign up for, but maybe you pay my way and I'll go. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't pay these people no mind. There's always going to be a troll in the comments trying to rile you up and get under your skin and try to tear you down. Like, this lady is literally telling what a devastating situation, and you can tell by her face she's not lying. Like, I'm sorry. I could tell. Like, yes, there's actors, all of that, but like she said, she had a following before. That's not what it was. And she has her receipts proving cops were called, the text messages between them, all of that. Like, so for people to sit there and really spew that negativity is disgusting. But I'm glad they got out of it. I hate that um she, as well as her friends, went through this, had to suffer through this or whatever. And it's just crazy. You literally have to watch your back. And like she said, especially when it's a girls' trip, because they be plotting. She was seconds away from being a statistic of missing women. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, oh man, it is just so sad. So sad they had to go through this. And the authorities don't care. Most people, they want to be able to travel and enjoy themselves. Like she said, most of the time when you travel, your biggest fear is a stomach bug. As of lately, like I stated earlier, it's been the plane crashes. But getting kidnapped is somewhere on the bottom of that list. Like, you not even factoring that in half the time. But it happens. Sadly, it happens. Man, this is insane. And I'm glad, let's touch on this. I'm glad she was with some writers. Cause too many times people call enemies friends. And it's not till you in situations like this that you know who your real friends are. Because some other people could have seen him, like she said, first thing he did was come around and attack one friend. The other two friends could have bolted. One friend was asleep. The one that was awake could have been like, not my business. She sleep. She's getting attacked. I'm out of here. And believe it or not, it will happen. Like, some people are like, oh, well, they were in a foreign country. It don't matter. I mean, some people just ain't friends. They're only thinking about themselves. They're they're focused on self-preservation, which isn't always a bad thing. Just like being selfish isn't always a bad thing. But in a time like this, they needed each other. They needed that loyalty. They needed that camaraderie. They needed that sisterhood. Okay? Because that's what threw him off. Because had it been one or maybe even two of them, he might have been getting away with kidnapping them. But because it was three of them, and they was mollywopping and tag teaming and pulling each other back into the vehicle and doing all of this, he ain't bank on that. That's friends. Too many times you hear stories of, oh yeah, well, my friend was drunk, so I left her. That's even more of a reason why you shouldn't have left her. Now your friend's 6 feet under or missing. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people got the game all twisted. But I'm glad they stuck together. I'm glad they did this together and they mollywopped it. I hope they find, you know what? I'm not even going to wish bad on that guy. You want to know why? Because I don't want to bring any bad karma to myself. But what I will say is, I wish you what you deserve. That's what I always be. That's my thing. That's my go-to. When I know you deserve bad, but I don't want to wish you bad, I wish you what you deserve. Because I bet you that karma gonna spin the block. Only sad part about it is we won't be there to watch. That's okay. God will take care of it. You know what I'm saying? Woo, this was crazy. Like I said, I'm gonna come back with a friend and her perspective of it all. Y'all let me know what y'all think of this. Jeez. I would have never thought, and I love travel. I'm scary, to be honest with you. I'm scary when I travel. Anyway, if I travel by myself, I'm all the way scary. Okay, but if I'm with other people, that's the last thing on my mind. And they were with other people. You know what I'm saying? They were with other people, so I could see that being the last thing on their mind. Y'all let me know what y'all think of the story time. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.
Listen, I like chocolate girl, all shades, different flavors. She a diamond and a pearl. She a goddess with a mentor, yeah. Cinnamon swirl. She relate to what I've been through, yeah. Queen of my world.